Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. Welcome back to the daily discussions. Today, I want to talk about letting it burn. Yes, let it burn, baby. The reason why I say this is because I've just been looking at the state of America. The United States of America. I've been looking at how this thing has begun to fall and crumble right before our very eyes. It seems as if the qualities and philosophies, ideas, and ideals of America have fallen. Rome is burning, and so is America. Have you realized that over the years, nothing is of quality? It used to be that American quality was like one of the best qualities you could get, made in America. But almost nothing is made in America anymore. All of those factory jobs, labor jobs, manufacturing jobs, they've all gone overseas because America has lost its spirit. America is only alive in infrastructure. That's basically it. The spirit of this once great nation is truly dying. And I say, let it burn. This isn't my home anyway. You know what I'm saying? When I say this isn't my home, yes, I was born and raised here. But I've never really felt no real attachment or no real patriotism to this place. I always felt abhorrent when I had to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ain't that crazy? When we was in school, they made us say that shit. I mean, you could have stayed quiet if you wanted to, but they really made us stand up every day and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Like they really wanted us to be proud to be an American. And nowadays, I feel embarrassed to call myself an American. What you mean, Hawk Sensei? What you talking about? This nation has become a clown show. Like, this nation has become a clown show. I'ma say this, and I don't care who likes it or who don't. Have you noticed that when Obama was in office, they were putting so many black faces on TV who were murdered by police officers? It seems like it got the most traction when he was in office. I don't know if you noticed that. That's just something, you know, I was saying to myself during the presidency, but since 2008, America's just been in a real decline, and not just the housing market. I'm talking about everything, from our TV shows to our movies, our art, our literature, our music. Everything is just steadily on the decline, and it's because the spirit of America is all burnt up. There's nothing left. There's nothing left to fight for, because the interests of America has gone into the hands of a select few, and those select few are those with money, power, and what have you, maybe influence. see is a dying society. And anyone who's trying to hold on to American patriotism, I feel as though they are a lost soul. America was built on the backs of my people. And it's almost bittersweet to see this thing fall. You know what I'm saying? Every empire collapses. Every empire that has ever been built has collapsed. And I don't think this nation will be any different. So again, I say, let it burn. Let God do whatever He will with this nation. It's built upon slavery, lies, violence, bloodshed, and corruption. I really don't understand how it lasted this long. Just let it burn. I got on an AC/DC shirt today. You know, these look like these guys are standing in the fire. You know what I mean? Perfect visual for what I'm talking about today. I kind of want to go somewhere else and start my life anew. But I don't even know if I can do that. I don't have no money, man. I'm just somebody trying to enjoy life the best way that I can. And the way that the people of this nation have detached from one another, it don't really feel like a nation. You know what it feels like? It feels like a corporation. Yeah. It feels like it's just a corporation because everything is based off of big business. All the things I listed earlier, like music, literature, movies, TV, it's all based upon big business. There's no soul in this place anymore. You know what I'm saying? America has no soul. The soul that it did have was one that was of patriotism. You know, America, its whole premise was independence from the crown, which is Britain. All the taxes that we pay, that's who it goes to. It goes to the king, the queen of England, or Britain, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of paying taxes. I'm tired of contributing to this society that shows me and my people no love. I'm not trying to get racial. Don't get it twisted. I'm just stating the facts of the place that we call home. I feel like the way that it's going, it's only a matter of time before there's one great revolution. And I don't know if it'll be televised. I really don't know. You see how they bring in martial law into DC, and they probably gonna spread it out across the lands. What type of nation is that? When you gotta sick your own military on the people who live here. You know what I'm saying? What type of nation is that? It seems as though you can't enjoy this life, at least in America. I can't speak for any other place. I haven't lived anywhere else. It seems as though you can only enjoy life in America if you have wealth. I'm not even gonna say money. You have to have wealth. And that's an abundance of money or resources or influence, stocks, assets, and stuff like that. And there's still people today trying to acquire wealth in a nation that's simply dying. Yes, it's dying. People can barely afford to pay rent. People can barely afford to feed themselves. And I look at this shit and I just say, how did it come to this? How is this our lives? As a 90s baby, I grew up believing we all had an equal chance to make it. We all had a stake in this great nation. But that's not the case. America has been bought and sold. And it seems like it's been sold to Israel. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news headlines and the way that things have been going. But man, this place is burning without fire. It's literally crumbling. And I'm just like, wow. Wow. We get to watch it fall. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. But because of what America was built off of, maybe it's about time it fell apart. It seems like the rich and the wealthy, they're just sucking this nation dry. They're trying to buy up all the land. They're starting to buy up water and all types of things. And there'll be nothing left for the average person. They're talking about 15-minute cities. I don't know if you know anything about that. You can look it up. I implore you to look it up if you've never heard the term 15-minute city. That whole, you will own nothing and be happy. I think that's what it's going to be. We're not going to own anything. And you know what? To be honest, we don't own nothing now. Even if you own a house, even if you own a house, you still have to pay property taxes. Yeah. So what does that mean? You can own the house, but not the land that it's built on. So what do you really own? When you pass away, it's not going to go to next of kin unless you sign it over to them. And in which case you will be relinquishing your rights to the land or the property when you sign it over. All I know is America is falling. And I'm not trying to save it. I'm just hoping that at the end of it, God will grant me mercy. Because I wasn't a part of its building, its creation, its inception, or its collapse. I had no part in that. I was just a simple human being born to live a life. And it feels like nowadays we can't even enjoy life unless we have wealth. You know what I'm saying? There was a time the average American really felt like they had something. That was long before I was born. But I've seen it through movies, television, documentaries, and all that. This nation was always corrupt, and maybe it deserves to burn. I don't know why I got so political today, but I was watching this movie called Kingdom of Heaven. It's my first time watching it today. And it was basically about a war for Jerusalem. I didn't really understand the whole concept of the movie, but it has some good parts. And when I watched this movie, I equated the Jerusalem of the movie to America. It's like, bro, what are we fighting for? If we're fighting for anything at all, what are we fighting for? This nation has lost all of its integrity, all of its pride, and slowly but surely it's losing its people. I don't think any of us have faith in America, because it's just crumbling and collapsing right before our eyes. Everybody has so much faith in Donald Trump. And now they singing a different tune, bro. I'm watching what's going on online. I'm seeing it clear as day. And this place is burning, bro. This place is burning. I just hope that you and your family can get out of Dodge before it's too late. I pray we all can make it. But I think there's still going to be a couple people who hold on to that American flag. You know what I mean? A flag that stands for some of the most abhorrent things that humanity has ever done. I'm at a point where I don't care. I just want God to come back and cleanse this earth. Even if that means I don't make it to see the next day. Whatever God's will is, that's what I want to be done. I'm nobody special. I'm just a YouTuber with a small following, and I like to talk my shit from time to time. I don't usually speak on politics or things of that nature. But today, I wanted to talk about the state of America and why I believe it's about time for this thing to crumble. You don't have to agree with me. That's okay. I'm just here sharing my opinions. It was fun while it lasted, but it's almost over. I don't know if the end is going to be World War III or another pandemic or what have you, but America is not long for this world. It's not. Just look around you. Just look around you. And with that being said, Professor Hawk signing out. Hawk Sensei bids you adieu. I hope you're waking up every day with a plan, a purpose, and a smile. And if you're not waking up with a plan, a purpose, and a smile, hey, at least you're waking up. Till next time, y'all. Class dismissed.